Welcome to Night Timeline Talks. Tonight, it's just announced that Joe Biden won the primary election in South Carolina. What this means is not big news for Joe Biden because it's evident that he just negotiated the sponsorship of the Afro-Americans on that state and some leadership. But what is more evident is that some Democrats make an agreement to make this win possible to stop Bernie Sanders' popularity. Yeah, because how in the hell Joe Biden is having 52.1% of the votes is not expected, and Bernie Sanders 17.3 of the votes, and Tom Steyer, the rich man that is partner of Starbucks, holds 11.4%, and Buttigieg holds 7.6%, Amy Klobuchar 3.3%, and is something that don't convince me. These results seems like the opportunity to start to diminishing the power of Bernie Sanders. Okay, I told you in previous chapters, I will not vote for Bernie Sanders. He's a socialist that distortion the essence of the real socialism. So I don't trust in him. I know very well his background, and that don't means that I don't have to. I really recognize that he has a very good popularity on some states representing the Democratic Party. And it's happening exactly the same thing like 4 years ago when Hillary Clinton take Bernie out of the race and she repositioned as the official candidate. Bernie Sanders says that he will not allow anyone to take over if he really wins on the Super Tuesday, March 3rd, this coming Tuesday. But I have questions. Look at my front head. It's a big question mark because I don't trust. In politics, everything is negotiated. I told you in my previous chapters that Alexandra Soto of the office of Mike Bloomberg told the media that Mike Bloomberg is starting to give press conferences beginning March 4th, after the Super Tuesday. And guess how much money Mike Bloomberg is spending lately? He started with $450 million. Later, he put another $600 million. And there are rumors on the media that between Saturday and Tuesday, he is going to spend almost all this money. It's a lot of money in political propaganda. Now, 14 states of the Union are voting on Super Tuesday. Popular vote means popularity. Delegates and super delegates means that the kingmakers are taking over. Who is who and what direction is taking this election. But these primary elections for the Democratic Party means division, fragmentation, and they don't show a real candidate that really represents what's going on. And something that really surprised me is, honestly, I'm watching a couple news networks, Fox and CNN, and what I see, they are waiting for Joe Biden speech, winning speech in South Carolina. And I am reading the international press, and they already reflect Joe Biden's speech in the international media overseas in Latin America. Something that is not clean. Something is going on the Democratic Party. And Miss Brazil, who was the leader of the Democratic Party when Hillary Clinton won. She wrote a book. She was a journalist on CNN on the 2016 election, and she was accused of giving the questions of a couple of the debates to Hillary Clinton in advance so she can cheat with the answers. And guess what? Now Donna Brazil is one of the most prolific commentators on Fox News. She is giving her points of view, and she just told that this was a great win for Joe Biden. That lady who compromised the credibility of one party is accepted in Fox News? Come on. You have good commentators. I don't understand why they are taking this lady. I have nothing against her experience, but what she did on 2016, lying to the Democratic Party, lying to other journalists, and she just justified everything in a book, and now she's working for Fox News. I can't believe it. This is the first victory of Joe Biden. So he must be very strong for the Super Tuesday. Otherwise, everything is going to the toilet. And Joe Biden don't have the support from his former boss, Barack Obama. Why? Barack Obama don't like to take the hot potato. Everybody knows the business Joe Biden was doing in Ukraine in partnership with his son, Hunter Biden. So Barack Obama is not going to jeopardize his good reputation as a former president, and he gave the sponsorship to Mike Bloomberg. And I am sure on the Super Tuesday, Mike Bloomberg is going to receive a big surprise from these 14 states, because really nobody's convinced that Biden has a real leadership. His tagline in every speech is, I am the only one who is going to beat Donald Trump because I have the experience as vice president. Come on, get out of here. No way. I feel more respect for Bernie Sanders, a little bit for Mike Bloomberg, Elizabeth Warren. She awakes strong. But tonight she is not doing well. But let's go to see. In political games, everything could be a surprise. Everything could change. In a small detail, everything reflects that the little potion of popularity that Joe Biden gone today with the 50% of African American voters, according to some research, is not evident that Biden is going to become the official candidate. And tonight is his lucky night. But I could be wrong. But I don't think Joe Biden, the former vice president with Obama, is going to win on the Super Tuesday. He has no expectation. President Trump says that the victory of Joe Sleepy Biden in this primary election in South Carolina could be end the joke of the campaign on Mini Mike Bloomberg. And I can't believe it how he describes. Donald Trump was giving the speech, and when he mentioned this, he gets down and just to show that Mike Bloomberg is very short. I don't know, Mr. President, I could not do that jokes to anyone, but that is Donald Trump. Original. He never hides situations. He is not polite. He says everything as he thinks it has to say. And Donald Trump is considering that Joe Biden is part of that political game inside the Democratic Party, but he recognized that Joe Biden is not going to race against Donald Trump by sure. So, could be Bernie Sanders, but a lot of interests are over to block, to boycott Bernie Sanders. Nobody likes him. And when he was talking about Fidel Castro, about the communist system in the world, no way. Nobody likes him. From the real political perspective of a capitalist capital of the world like the United States, nobody likes to deal with Bernie Sanders. So this is a good chance for Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg, as a businessman, even he is bidding for the White House, but it will be a good chance to race against Donald Trump. But the fight between two billionaires on the White House is going to make people like you and me, regular middle-class people, lose interest on the election, and they are going to focus on the rich group that they represent each other, and they are going to focus on the business of the kingmakers that are behind every political game in America. They are not going to represent the interests of normal people. Anyway, it's sad, it's hard to say this, but there is no clue. In the United States of America, great country, example of many situations, but lately the politics of the United States are a shame because everybody can do whatever they want, meanwhile they have money. They can escape, avoid situations, criticism, justice, incriminations. Like Elizabeth Warren is furious. She was infuriated because Mike Bloomberg never recognized basically what he was accused in regard of the sexual harassment of former employees. He also don't like to recognize he was discriminating some sectors of New York when he was mayor. And nobody cares. More money in advertisement, and tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or after the weekend, everybody is going to forget, and every day is a new day in politics. And by Tuesday, people is advising that Mike Bloomberg could be spent $800 million on those 14 states in political propaganda that is already running on many TV stations. Why? Because he feels he is strong, he has the money. In fact, you saw the last debate in Nevada. Mike Bloomberg says he pays $100 million to support some Democratic candidates and make possible out of the record that Nancy Pelosi becomes again leader on the camera. It's sad. I am frustrated. I don't see any possibility that Bernie Sanders be respected by his own party. Bernie Sanders is going to be out. I don't know how, but this is evident that they don't like Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders will be out of this political game. I can be wrong, but this is what I see tonight in South Carolina. I hope if Bernie Sanders, for me, will be more attractive an election between the socialist Bernie Sanders, representing the poor and the middle class. Even many people don't like him. Others like him a lot. And Donald Trump. Two real opposite forces, like electricity, positive and negative. Works better, sparks everything. Because if the game stays on the top layer, two rich people, nobody is going to see under what's going on. And it's a stupid game because both parties are going to recognize that somebody under can be surprised with a neutral candidate, with a neutral independent candidate. And I'm not sure, but something could be done soon. Super Tuesday, the forecast is many delegates for Michael Bloomberg. And if Michael Bloomberg wins on the Super Tuesday election, it's evident that Donald Trump is going to be more, how may I say, is not going to be a real election between two popular men. It's going to be an election between two rich people, and the winners of this election, if Donald Trump race versus Mike Bloomberg, are the media. Because media cost for propaganda is the triple. Yes, you heard right. Triple. If you pay for a commercial regularly $100,000, 20-second commercial play, in a political propaganda is the triple. So, political parties and any candidate has to pay $300,000 for the play of that commercial. So, America is showing muscle, automatic dollar muscle, but is not showing candidates with logic, candidates with substance, that given a great and clear idea of how to solve the current problems on the daily living of the taxpayers. I can be wrong. If candidates cash the dime on the air and say, hey, enough is enough, I have this plan, and convince the people, congratulations. But if only blah, 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 pay more, blah, 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 pay more, that is the crazy election we are expecting. But if I am wrong and the kingmakers react and come back on track and say, oh, we are doing wrong, we must convince people, Democratic or Republican candidates are smart and are fighting for a real life in America, that will be better. If they don't do that, both political parties are going to the toilet. Remember, I am an independent commentator. Nobody pays my show. I have my full-time job in other company, and I do this just for open people's eyes. Blind people who is electrocuted, narcotized with the football games, with the golf games, with the basketball games. You know, it's very easy. Super Tuesday, after that, the basketball is coming on and everybody forgot the election and nobody is going to care what the candidates say about the real problematic in America. Violence, coronavirus, enemies like North Korea, Iran, whatever, and nobody is going to care. That if United States don't come back on track to solve the real problems, new generations are going to suffer a lot. The economy is doing great, but there are still a lot of problems on the timeline ahead for the new president of the United States. Donald Trump tried to stabilize the country, and he did on the economy, but there are too many things pending to resolve, mostly in foreign relations. That is very important, on the commercial agreements with other countries, especially China and the European community. Many things. And United States is not the powerful country used to be on the past. United States now is facing on the same level of power some countries that are the emerging economies and countries that are really trying to surprise the world. I mentioned China. China and Russia are awakening, and they love to do business. Even both of them has ties with the communism. They love capitalism, especially the politicians that represent both countries. So many things are coming on. And tonight in South Carolina was just a makeup. Little bit more on the protocol for the Democratic Party make up this division. But on Super Tuesday, Mike Bloomberg, with his millions of dollars, is going to surprise America. And he's going to bid for the White House. And he says very confident that if he has to spend thousands of millions of dollars, he will. He doesn't care. He shows very confident that he has the money and the power to fight for the White House. So, and he is the only one. President Donald Trump don't show up about his money for his campaign. He's looking for money, he's looking for contributions, and I assume that Donald Trump is spending less money on his campaign now than in 2016. Why? Because he already has the power of show up as a president. He can deal with the problems. So now he is going to play a little bit different, making see the Americans that the White House is not for sale, and the ones who like to buy are playing on the wrong game. Mike Bloomberg has a lot of information, confidential information, business information, foreign relationships to damage Donald Trump. But he has all his cards under the jacket. He is not stupid. He is going to throw one by one as soon the election is coming on. November 2020. Be ready, because we will see many accusations of corruption, more of sexual harassment in both ways, and probably accusations that you never heard before. So, Joe Biden won tonight just to have a medal on his office, but he is not going beyond that. Bernie Sanders is the most affected politician tonight. Bernie Sanders don't have the support from the Democratic Party as 4 years ago. They like to throw him out of the game. And the one who is buying everything, including Donna Brazil, commentator and former Democratic leader, including many people, Mike Bloomberg, probably already have them on his payroll. And some journalists probably, because it's not a surprise that many are telling that Mike Bloomberg resolved the problems better than many other mayors when he was 3 times elected New York mayor. But don't compare New York with the whole country. It's different. And Mike Bloomberg, even he has international experience doing business, I still hesitate to believe he have the key power, the key words to deal with many international leaders. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but as I told you many times, the coin is on the air and the Americans have the last word. Tell your delegates, don't waste your vote. Tell the delegates, don't make you feel ashamed again. Because even popular vote is representative, but when delegates see the tendency of the people who is voting, they could catch the dime and think and decide in a better way. Because now seems that delegates are influenced by the money of the riches, not by the declarations of real politicians. So, United States of America needs to awake in a new way. A new election is coming on times of uncertainty, on times of commercial problems, on times with enemies that are launching missiles, testing missiles, and on times that the virus is affecting many people. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and I talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Lord bless you, and Lord bless America.